thank you so much to Whatnot for sponsoring today's video, and stay tuned for details on a special giveaway. We are on for a toy hunt at a new place called City Thrift. Well, new in the sense that I haven't been there in about 5 years. For any of you old school Doll Circle fans, yes, we have been to City Thrift, but they've really changed it up in there. It was really clean. I found this Ever After High Applewhite's dragon, but it was missing the wings. And I ended up unfortunately not being able to get it because there was no sticker on it. And I guess their policy is if there's no sticker, they can't sell it. It has to go back in the back, get stickered, and put out eventually. So I ended up not getting it, unfortunately. But yeah, they had a ton of different dolls this time around. Very similar to what I've seen at like Goodwill and stuff, but a little bit cheaper, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, I feel like Goodwill has really gone up in their prices in the past, at least 6 months or so. And here at City Thrift, they honestly were reasonably repriced. You know, some for $2, $3, things like that. So I was really hoping to get the Applewhite dragon, even minus the wings, for like $2 or $3, but like I said, they couldn't sell it to me. It was priceless, unfortunately. Surprised to see a lot of Encanto merch. As you'll see throughout this video, I did see a lot of Encanto stuff, like kind of randomly in the backgrounds, and I was like, oh, surprised. But I guess it's been out for a little while now, so it makes sense that, you know, people are already getting tired of it and they're kind of bringing it out, buying new Encanto stuff maybe. I don't know. I did like this coffee maker. I was like, oh, it's so cute. If I had a child, I would definitely buy them a mini coffee maker. It's so cute. Like, it's just like a little Keurig. Now, they had a bunch of play sets. This was about 2 aisles, I would say, full on each side here. Like, so two rows, I guess. I don't know if you want to call it that. They did have things like play sets. They had this locker. They had a lot of preschool toys that, of course, I wasn't interested in. I did see a chunk of the camper, which was funny because I was like, oh, they're just selling the one side of the camper. You know what? Somebody may be missing a side of a camper needs the other side. You know, we got some more dragon friends here from Raya the Last Dragon. And then as I was looking down, I was like, oh, well, there's the other chunk. Okay, it's kind of like Where's Waldo? You know, can we walk around and find all of the chunks of the camper around the City Thrift? I don't know. It was just really silly. I was like, oh, So, like I said, a lot of playset pieces, a lot of miscellaneous plush. Now, the side that I was really wanting to go look at was the wall. So they have, like I said, these 2 sections of toys. A lot of the bigger toys are here, things that don't fit in bags, for example. That's what would go on these 2 rows. Everything from, like I said, the larger plush. They did have this OMG carry case thing, but unfortunately there was nothing in it. And I was like, I don't really need the case. But I mean, if somebody's missing the case, I could see them spending $2 or $3 on that if they wanted to add it to their collection or just use it to literally carry around their dolls. They had, like I said, I was so sad about not getting this dragon. I was like, oh, cool. Yoda without his robe. Terrifying. Just putting that out there. I don't know why I've never seen a Yoda without its robe. I was like, oh, I could spray paint this, but I didn't get it. I was like, no. Too many cauldrons in my house. I have to slow down. And more preschool stuff. They had this classic, I want to say it looked vintage. It could be a reproduction. I'm not up on my Cabbage Patch knowledge, but it did look like a repo or a really good original. I ended up passing on him. He was only like $4 or $5. So if anybody is in the City Thrift area, definitely go check it out if they want your old Cabbage Patch. And Wreck-It Ralph, which is such a good movie. That is a really good movie. I love that movie so much. I thought it was just so cute and adorable. Now off to the wall that I was really excited about for the doll wall. Like, I've seen people post the store Savers, which I don't have any Savers around me. I think that's more of like a northern type of store. But yeah, they had the similar style. Well, they were bagged. You got average about $2 per bag, and they were average priced about $4. Some were $2, some were around that. You know, it just kind of depended on like what was in the bag. Some of the more inexpensive dolls were like, I think $3 for 2. I didn't really see anything that jumped at me. I was looking for obviously like Ever After High, Monster High, maybe some vintage Barbies, which there was some 90s Barbies mixed in here, but a lot of Disney dolls. And that's one thing also you'll see through this video when I go to the flea market. There's a lot of Disney dolls. I mean, I guess people get tired of them quicker maybe, or don't hold on to them as much, but I don't know, just a lot of Disney dolls I noticed. And I just within recent times of hunting, I've noticed that too. They did have one Violet doll, but I ended up passing on it because I already have like 3 Violet dolls and I have them all, like 2 of them I need to work on. So I ended up leaving it. I was like, somebody else will enjoy that. And they did have, which for some reason Snap Stars has been popping up a lot recently. And you know what? There was one. Needed a lot of love, so I passed on that too. But I was just like surprised that they've been kind of slowly around. Like, I don't know. Because they were already like, what, 3 or 4 years old? Snuffers they had their moment, but they didn't last very long, unfortunately. But like I said, a lot of Barbies, of course, and a lot of Disney dolls. Those seem to be like the two things I see or saw the most of, not just on this toy hunt, but just in general recently. I really love the mini animator dolls. I really do. But I already have a Tangled one, so that one stayed there too. Now, going off onto the wall here, let's see. They had other dolls. They had miscellaneous little things. They had this goth sloth. I left him because I've controlled my sloth purchasing. The sloth purchasing has had to stop. I had too many sloths. And this wall just kept going. I mean, they had mini accessories, little figures, McDonald's toys, just like a lot of random stuff. So if you ever have a lot of time, go to City Thrift because they have tons and tons of bags of just random old toys, new toys, etc. There's only one bag that I kind of kept going to, but I was like, you know what? I have most of them and I'll let somebody else enjoy it. They're a giant bag of McDonald's Barbies, which I literally love McDonald's Barbies. I'm an avid collector of McDonald's Barbies. I'm close to, I think, having almost all of them. I need to go down my list and see who I'm missing, but yeah, that wasn't bad. It was like $4 for the whole bag. So kind of gives me the vibes of Savers because I think there's a lot of people out there who have Savers stores near them. But definitely go check out City Thrift. Thank you so much to my friend Sherry from Sherry's Bread Ideas, who's like, hey, have you been to City Thrift? You should definitely go back and check it out. They got a lot of dolls. For the past few months now, I've been selling on an app called Whatnot. I've been letting go of some of my collection. So I wanted to do something that was a little bit more fun, different, and unique. And with Whatnot, you can go through, list all of your items, set up a live auction, and engage and interact with your audience right then and there while they bid on your items. It's quick, it's easy, and it's something a little bit more fun than just going to a site, posting a picture, and that's it. I really wanted something to really interact with my audience. I love going through and searching for other people who are selling dolls, doing doll auctions, and just building a little bit of a doll community here on Whatnot. You can sell all sorts of things on Whatnot, from Monster High to Pops to other collectibles, even to baseball cards. Also join me January 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where I'll be selling some of my dolls. I'll also be giving away this Rainbow High Roxie Grand Holiday Edition doll for free, so make sure to check me out on Whatnot. Click the link in the description below and get $15 off your first purchase. Also, if you're interested in selling, I have a separate referral link down below. Don't forget, January 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll be selling some of my dolls and doing a giveaway. Now back to the toy hunt. Now I went to the Pecan, depending on how you pronounce it, flea market. And who doesn't love a flea market? Now this one had so much, it was so, I felt like I was in like a little doll thrift world. So I saw a post randomly on Facebook Marketplace. I'm always kind of just looking on there for different things. And they had dolls, and I went to go see this booth. Unfortunately, she was not there, but she had somebody else running the booth who was very, very pleasant and very nice. And we saw a bunch of random dolls, from a Britney Spears doll that looked a little crazy, to a lot of collector Barbies, Monster High play sets, pieces, accessories. So as we go through the booth here, you can see that they had a lot of inbox Barbies. Price wise, I'll be very honest with you. It was kind of like online prices. I mean, stuff that you would see online. I do understand that, they do have to rent the booth and the time to find the dolls, put them there and everything. So I had to take that into consideration. They did have some vintage stuff though, like this workout Barbie, which I ended up passing on. Not my favorite Barbie. I just love it because it's from like Toy Story now. I kind of put that together with Toy Story. They did have this beach, is it called Beach Club? From the early 80s. I have the Teresa actually from this line. And like I said, it was just fun. It was just fun to see vintage Barbies, Disney dolls, new Barbies, LLMGs, and of course Monster High stuff at a flea market. And it was very well organized. I love how she had a little bit of everything. And it was just, like I said, a lot of fun to look at stuff. So they did have this Moana for $3. So they did have some other reasonably priced items, more McDonald's Barbies, which is of course always, I feel like they always find me. And plushies. Now, they did have, as we walked around here, some Monster High stuff. They had the head, the head in the jar. They did have all of the dolls individually bagged, which I really did appreciate. And any accessories that they did have with the dolls, they put into the bags too. So that I really did appreciate, that they were all in pretty good condition. They were well organized. They had everything from Bratz, Ever After High, like I said, OMG dolls, the surprise tots, other miscellaneous Barbies, like a little bit, like I said, of everything. I ended up getting this doll for $3. I don't know who she is, but she was cute. Did have LPS stuff, which again was like I think $3 to $4. To me, I felt like it was reasonably priced for those items. I'm not too much into LPS anymore. They did have the Monster High cases, figures. They had the giant Skeleta doll. They had random McDonald's toys. A lot of them were McDonald's toys, but like random figures. They did have like a Vanna White and a Hannah Montana doll, which I was like, okay, nostalgia, throwback moment a little bit. The tots are really cute. They did have the Harajuku doll, which I thought about it. She had it for $20, which, I mean, she was in good condition. She was in good condition. And with these, like I said, I looked through them thoroughly, making sure there was nothing that I absolutely needed. The prices on these were anywhere from like $15 to $40 a doll. Was about the range. I really just depend on obviously how rare it was, how many pieces it had. They also explained to me like, you know, obviously ones that were, you know, in better condition, you know, so they tried to make them somewhat reasonably priced, but also they did, I could tell, compare them to a lot of like online prices. And I hate to say it. I mean, you can't walk into a store and buy these dolls anymore, right? So if you happen to be here and the doll is in pretty decent condition, I feel like the price is fair. And then you don't have to deal with having to buy it like on eBay or online or whatever, and you just get the doll right then and there. And you're buying it from an actual person too. So many different factors. I guess you can say I get why it was priced, what they were priced, you know? Now, they did have a lot of Bratz dolls, they said the week before, but I guess someone came in and bought like half the ones they had, which I was like, oh, that's crazy. But that's still really awesome that they were able to like, you know, find so many in pretty good condition all at once. They did have a lot of OMG dolls, and these were about $15 a piece or so. There was, I think, one or two, I think, for 10. And like I said, they were pretty clean condition from what I could tell in the bags. They did have some of their accessories like the sunglasses, the shoes, things like that. So if you are in the northern part of Florida and you want to go to a flea market, definitely go check out the Pecan Festival. Pecan, you know, that word, flea market. And like I said, they always have something new. I was there for a while, and I was, like I said, talking to the person who was watching the booth, and they said they're always bringing in new dolls, new things. They are listing it on Facebook Marketplace, but then also, of course, having it available to come walk through at the actual flea market, which was fun. So like I said, I was there for a while. I had fun just looking at the dolls and remembering different ones. And we chatted like, oh, I remember when this one came out. And, oh, you know, like, and they had G2 dolls and like the different faces. And we talked about G3, which they said that they sometimes occasionally get in. And it was just, you know, like I said, a lot of fun just to have the nostalgia of looking at these old dolls. Fail Fix, which honestly, I don't hate them. I just am not a huge fan of them, you know, but it was kind of cool to see one there. And then they had like Hallmark ornaments that were somewhat vintage, you know, for like $10. And of course, I went back to the Barbies to look at the inbox stuff, which I ended up passing on all these. I ended up not getting any of the inbox Barbies. But it was just, like I said, cool to see them on the shelf and to reminisce and to have memories. They had this one for, I think that was $100, which I'm not sure if that's a good price or not. I have to look it up. I like the kitty fun. That was cute. I do remember this Walmart Barbie though. I remember that one. They also made a Teresa version of her. And then this doll, oh gosh, I remember that dress. Early 2000s. Now these dolls, I have a lot of memories from because they're from a store called Pick and Save. And I have a lot of memories at the Pick and Save store that used to be by me. And I actually used to have this doll, that doll right there. I used to have it. And honestly, I was like looking at it. I was like, oh, I couldn't remember where it's from. And they said, oh, it's from Pick and Save. And I was like, that's where I remember it from. Oh, I love these Fashion Avenue. Like fashions were so good for the Barbies back in the day. Like, look at that. Quintessential, like 1999, 2000 fashion. It's just, oh, Barbie, you had it. You had that moment. You did. No, they had loose action figures, other toys, trains. Like I said, stuff that I passed on. They had this giant bin of toddler dolls. I think most of these are by Jakks Pacific, if I'm not mistaken, which I didn't realize have articulated arms, which I thought was really cool. I was like, oh, okay, stepping those up. I haven't played with those in a while, so I didn't know that they did that. Plushies, other cute and adorable little things, a little octopus that looked at me and made eye contact, and I was like, no more plushies. I have to slow down. And I kept going back to this doll. It's from Fairy Tale Classics. As you guys can see here in a second, they do have the little sticker on the front that says Pick and Save, and I literally was wanting it just because I had the sticker still kind of on there, and it made me have young, warm feelings, but I ended up passing on it. It had some stains on it. I was like, you know what? I really don't need it. I don't need to take this doll home, even though I'm very tempted. I used to have this case, and I actually bought one used online. If I didn't already buy it, I probably would have bought that one, and it was only like $10. Totally worth it. Memories, 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 memories. And we did walk around. So that was the end of that booth. We went to a different booth, and they had a bunch of different ones that had pops, newer toys, obviously other toys and collectibles. And they actually had some stuff that I, again, used to own, used to have. I used to have this doll, which I thought was so silly that they said Power Rangers for girls. I was like, technically all Power Rangers could be for anybody, but I had this doll, and for $25 in box, it was in pretty good condition. If I wanted it, I don't know. I thought about it, but I didn't get it. And of course, Snap Stars, which was so funny that we saw it at a thrift store and now it's here, and for $11, I was like, that's not that bad. But I still have my playset. I just have mine out of box. A lot of Funko Pops I've noticed at flea markets. I don't know if that's like a thing. Why? Always. But yeah, as we walked around, a lot of booths were closed, it seems like, this weekend, from what people were telling me. But I did at least see some Barbies randomly mixed through the antiques and other vintage merch. This doll that you're about to see, I don't know why. I don't know. This is such a vibe. Such a vibe. The messy hair, no pants. Like, I was just laughing. I was like, that is a vibe. That is a vibe. A lot of fashionista Barbies, more Disney stuff, some DC superhero dolls, which those are official. Yeah, those were discontinued. What? Gosh, it's been a year, 2 years? Oh my gosh, time flies so fast. I was like trying to think. I was like, when did they discontinue the DC superhero dolls? It has to be a while. So this is the outdoor area, which is kind of covered, kind of open. Another one of these dolls. Oh my gosh. I was like, are you telling me I have to buy one of them? But it's like an outdoor area, and they just, like I said, had a lot of random stuff. Some holiday Barbies. This doll was so cute, the pink outfit. And I have to control myself because I've been buying a lot of 80s, 90s Barbies. I'm like, where am I going to put all of you? Where? But it was fun just to look at different vintage stuff. I do like antiques in general, so for me it's a lot of fun looking at all these things and looking at some old books and just reminiscing of different times, different eras of the world. Now we're off to a different Goodwill, and this is actually a Goodwill not close to my area because look, the dolls are loose and they're reasonably priced. And I love that someone cut Skylar's hair. I'm going to try to like brush it down. And they had so many cute little things, super cheap, like 99 cents. Hello, I had to get that for my mom. And then this doll, which I ended up leaving, the styling head. I just loved her hands, but for $3. And look, the hair was honestly really cute. And yeah, so we went to a Goodwill out of the area. Sherry has been motivating me to toy hunt in different locations, and honestly, like, so reasonably priced. So maybe it's just the Orlando Goodwills that have like skyrocketed on their prices, and I don't know why. And plus also this Moxie Girls is frightening. Why is there a button in her back? Why is her hand all weird? I don't know what Moxie Girl doll this is, but very strange, very strange. But I like that they had the dolls individually loose versus the ones here in Orlando where they put them in a giant bin and you have to spend like $15 on a giant bin of like stuff that I have no need for to get one doll out of it. I like that they had them all individually priced for about 99 cents to $1.99. And honestly, some were pretty beat up, but some were honestly not that bad. I think that's a lot better, especially if someone walks in with, like, let's say kids and, you know, kid wants a doll. You can affordably spend $1 or $2 on a doll instead of having to buy a bin of stuff that you're not going to use. So I personally like this style better, where the things are loose and individual versus all grouped together. Comment below. Let me know if your thrifting style is different. But I went through and I found some stuff. I ended up leaving a lot, of course. I did get like I did see a second styling head and a boxy girl for 99 cents, which, you know, somebody would love her. I'm sure they would. And this pony, who I can't believe on Amazon goes for like $30. I left it. It didn't work. It might have worked with new batteries, but it was kind of a little dirty. And I was like, you know what? I'll pass on that. And like I said, it was just fun to see stuff more reasonably priced in a Goodwill versus the high prices that I'm used to at a lot of Goodwills now. These were so cute. I never got into the like robotic toys or anything like that, but I just love the song. It's like, oh, gotta go. Like, I don't know. It's a silly toy. It was making some noise, so I figured it would work. The batteries were probably dead. But yeah, like I said, this Goodwill got me because they were just reasonably priced. They had a lot of variety of stuff. The dolls were pretty decent. As I was leaving, I noticed his friend was in the back. I don't know his name, but it's a turtle, and it does the same thing. And if you don't know what these are, just look at, like, type in, like, I forgot what it was, like, flamingo, gotta go. the ad is hilarious. You have to watch it if you haven't seen it. So I had a lot of fun at this particular, like I said, Goodwill, going through everything. I did end up getting the Skylar, and I ended up, when I was walking out, got an ET plush. Randomly had to stop at a Walmart store. As you can see, fully stocked after Christmas. So a lot of Targets I noticed are still really low on inventory, but Walmart was fully stocked. I was quite surprised, and they had a little bit of everything. It seemed like all the Rainbow High, OMG stuff was fully stocked, even Barbie. So yeah, a lot of stuff. I hope you enjoyed this toy hunt with me. Make sure to check out my Whatnot auction on January 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern time, where I'll be selling some of my dolls. I will be adding stuff throughout the week to my Whatnot auction. I have some Barbie dolls. I have some other loose dolls, some inbox stuff, and then of course giving away that Rainbow High Roxie Grand Holiday Edition doll for free. So I hope you come and join me on, like I said, January 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern for my new auction. All right, thank you Whatnot for sponsoring today's video. Until next time, bye everybody.